Today, on the Tom Kearin Channel, the biggest manifesting lie: you must fix what's limiting you. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Tom Kearin Channel in studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the Tom Kearin Channel. One of you reached out and said that you either read on our channel or on our Facebook group or somewhere in the reality creation community where somebody was talking about some guidance that a coach was giving them and telling them this is why, giving them the reasons why they haven't manifested and created the life they want, why they haven't manifested and created the things that they desire. And this particular creator that reached out said it really overlaps with what I've been told. And I want to talk about this like we never have before. Because one of the biggest lies out there in the manifesting community, one of the biggest bogus beliefs are that you've got to fix what's limiting you to manifest everything that you want and desire. This is what they said. I was told that you must find and fix your limiting beliefs and self-concept. That you must be clear, crystal clear, about what identity and beliefs are limiting you, or nothing changes and you'll go nowhere. You've got to do this in order to choose a more expanded version of yourself. This is what they were told. But think about this. And they also said that they were told that that their nervous system, otherwise their nervous system, will choose for them. Their nervous system will choose for them. The nervous system is an effect. It's a manifestation of what you're assuming and thinking. It doesn't choose anything. It doesn't do anything. It merely tells you what you're assuming about yourself and your reality. And this idea that in order to choose a more expanded version of yourself, there's no such thing. You're already the most expanded version of yourself. I am. Every other identity, every other belief is a limitation by definition. By choosing another identity or identifying a belief that you believe is limiting you, you don't choose a more expanded version of yourself. You're simply deciding what to choose, what to focus on. What perspective do you want to see all that you are now? That's their bogus belief. The coach is only giving you their limiting beliefs, creating more limitations. That's what they believe. That's what the matrix or the conditioning or the program tells them. That you're limited, that you're small, that you've got to find out what's wrong with you, or you cannot create the life that you want, that nothing changes until you find that. And of course, you go on a search and destroy mission and you find a lot of things because you're a creator. Because you're going to put those beliefs there and say, that's it. That's a limiting belief. This is a limiting belief. And there's another one. There's another one. Remember, all beliefs are limiting by definition. I am is the only limitless belief there is. Every version of yourself is a limiting version of yourself because you are that limitless spirit. Taking on a certain perspective or viewpoint or vantage point, you're a master of limitation. So that there is it's simply you deciding that a certain perspective or viewpoint or vantage point no longer resonates with you. And so you're going to choose again. The you is all versions and no versions of you. You are all things and no things. You're pure potential, everyone and no one all at once. Pure potential. No one version of you or one belief is broken or limited. We just create those names of limiting and false and broken beliefs. They're just simply a unique perspective or viewpoint or vantage point. And what you might call a limiting or negative belief is simply a perspective or a viewpoint or a vantage of all that is that you decide that you no longer resonate with. You choose to have a new experience as all that you are. That's all that is. Remember in Scripture, in John 8:58, Jesus, your I am awareness, truly, truly. In other words, this is the truth. Truth bomb coming, right, from Christ consciousness. I say to you, before Abraham, I am. And in Scripture it says before Abraham was, and there's a big debate of where the comma should be. Before Abraham, comma, was born, I am, or before or after that, it doesn't matter where the comma is. The comma is irrelevant. Before Abraham, I am. Before any belief or limitation or idea or identity, I am all identities. And if you remember when he said that, claiming that before Abraham, I am, they picked up stones. They were going to stone him. That's why we have that fear of being stoned, right? That fear, right? That we're limited, that we're small, that we can't just claim to be that person we desire to be. We must go through all these rituals and meditations and searching for beliefs and getting rid of them and affirming that we're okay. Wow. That's that coach, that's their bogus belief. You can believe that. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm saying it's their truth. Sure, you can jump on that and decide that I go nowhere and nothing changes. The truth is everything's changing in every moment. You are that limitless awareness. Only I am is absolutely limitless and timeless. Every other belief and identity is limiting by definition. It doesn't mean it's wrong or bad, it just simply means it's a limitation of the limitless you. It's a perspective, a viewpoint, a vantage point. And what you might call a negative or a limiting belief to you is just simply an identity or a belief or an assumption about who you are and your reality that no longer resonates with you. That you've decided I want to have a different experience. It doesn't mean you got to go identifying them. You simply got to choose who you are in this moment. And I think this person was saying, some of them were saying your viewpoint of this. But remember, mine is limitlessness. I'm not saying either or, I'm saying and. That coach's viewpoint. Great. That's their limitations. You were taught, conditioned, and programmed to believe that you're limited, that you're small, that you're separate and powerless. Unless, like that coach, unless you identify those beliefs, unless you do this, unless you do that, unless you affirm this, unless you regulate your nervous system, it will choose for you. There's some power outside of you choosing. That coach believes it, and therefore that coach creates a reality of finding limitations. They're going to find your limitations. Sure, they're going to help you identify what's limiting you. Yeah, they're going to put it there with you. There's no bottom. Because you're all that is. And you're all identities. You're all beliefs. You're all possibilities. When you ask what's wrong with me, you're going to create all sorts of proof and evidence of what's wrong with you. You're going to put it there and say, that's wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with you. You're here in the this is where the coach is, here in the manifested conditions. Asking, I wonder what's wrong with this client. I wonder what's wrong with them. I'm going to fix it. But you just put it there. Instead, know yourself at that limitless being. Look, you're all possibilities. Think of these as all beliefs and all identities. Each one is a unique perspective or viewpoint. It's not that it's wrong or negative necessarily. It's simply a viewpoint or vantage point that you may not want to resonate with anymore. But remember, you are the superimposed versions of all of those realities, all those versions of you. All that is all that is. There's nothing wrong with any part of all that is. It wouldn't be all that is without it. You are that multidimensionally, physically focused, individualized you. You is all that is with a certain perspective or viewpoint or vantage point. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to identify and look for it. You just got to decide who you are right now. Because when you go looking for stuff, you're going to find them. You're going to put them there and say, that's it, I can't find. Oh man, where is that limiting belief? Your own beliefs. The question is, who am I? I'm not saying there's no value in identifying a certain assumption or belief that you believe no longer resonates with you. I'm saying it emerges naturally as you identify with who you want to be right now. All of those other beliefs fall aside. They dissolve in the declaration, in the assumption, in that claim that I am that person I desire to be. This is what I desire to be. This is what I desire to experience. Wow. So you can keep asking that question, what's wrong with me? And you're going to create plenty of evidence of what's wrong with you. And the coaches and others will tell you. Because that's what you're assuming. You're assuming something's wrong with you. Of course, the coach and your parents or your mother or your dad, your friends, your best friend, they're going to say, oh yeah, this is what's wrong with you. You got to fix this. Everyone will be happy to point that out. Because you're reflecting that. That's what you're assuming about yourself. And so that's why that coach is even reflecting that back to you. They're reflecting back that own limitation, that there's something wrong. Oh yeah, you're going to go nowhere. Nothing changes. Everything's changing. You're a totally new you in every moment. Why would you let anyone project their own matrix of limitations upon you? Saying that you're not going to go anywhere. And it feels like that because that's what we believe. That's what we've been told. Even the one that says, oh yeah, your nervous system chooses for you. Believing in some power outside yourself, outside of your I am awareness, chooses for you. You choose. And your nervous system is simply reflecting what you're believing about yourself and your reality. Remember, the idea of a limitation or a limiting beliefs, all beliefs are limiting by definition. That's what a belief is, but there's only one belief. That's not even a belief, it's absolute knowing. It's a truth of reality that I am. I exist as all that is. There is no other. It's limitless. I exist as all possible versions of me. I am a master of limitation. I can create any perspective or viewpoint or vantage point I want right now. I don't have to, there's no conditions on that. There's nothing that says I have to be clear about what identity and beliefs are limiting me, or nothing will change. I can choose who I am right now. I am all identities. I am all possibilities. Wow. Do you see this, guys? This is you. You can either focus here and keep asking what's wrong with you, or know that nothing's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with any 3D physical perspective or viewpoint or vantage point. It might simply be an assumption, an identity, a belief that you no longer resonate with. That you choose to see it differently. You choose to assume differently by asking, who am I now? That creates it all. That's the biggest lie in the manifesting community. That you've got to identify those limiting beliefs. You've got to dig stuff up about what's wrong with you and fix that. Fix your self-concept before you can be that which you desire to be. There's nothing wrong with any one of these self-concepts or perspectives. They're all of you. You just decide from that, all that you are, who you're going to be now. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Tom Kearin Channel and studios at Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, be sure to check out our video on the Be Something Wonderful channel, big one there. Actually two, one on the membership channel and one on the public channel. We released 2 videos over the last few days on those channels. And we have a live event coming this Sunday on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. With great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here on the Tom Kearin Channel. Until next time, we'll see you soon.